Welcome back to the channel. Dane Scott from Dane Scott's Truckers Lounge. Getting ready for that Trivista Cerny Motors show coming up in Youngstown in 2 weeks. So I decided Blue Jay's going to go because he went last year and I really love driving this truck. I was a little leery only because I've been kind of on borrowed time with the tires, but they're not that bad, and I also just picked up some spares, so I'll take a spare with me and I'll go ahead and do it. Look over my shoulder, you can see some blue. Yeah, I decided to do a blue theme here on the wheels for Blue Jay. I'm not done yet, got to do the center on that one, do all the silver touch up, but that's what we're doing. So for the next couple weeks, gonna be hammered down on Blue Jay, getting him ready. But today, I got some very cool K100s to show you. Yeah, it's the K100 edition. So stick around town. Make sure you like and subscribe. Let's get this show on the road, shall we? So let's talk cabovers. When I was growing up, and what made such an impression on me was basically the whole 70s. That's when I was a kid. And of course in the 70s, the predominant truck on the road at that time was pretty much a cabover. I mean, freight shakers were everywhere. The Astros, the Transtars, the 352s weren't so much, obviously, because they were, you know, the higher end, higher dollar owner-operator truck, but there were company Peterbilts, but they were bare bones, of course. And the K100 Kenworths, that was the Cadillac, you know, old pack car, I guess they say. But the truck that I got to ride in was a K100, and I believe it was a 72. And the guy that used to take me trucking with him had a route that went to Welch's grape, whatever you want to call it, factory or whatever in New York. He'd pick up there, and he had a reefer. I think it was a 40-foot reefer at that time, Great Dane. And his K1, he ran two K100s. One was that he drove was the BJ and the Bear scheme before there was even BJ and the Bear. That show didn't come to the late 70s, but anyways, it was that red scheme. And he had the white Dayton wheels on the rear with the chrome center little hubcaps, baby moon hubcaps on there, and Alcoas on the front, single stack. Nice truck, and I have a big connection to those. And his second truck was same thing, only with blue instead of red. So he would run to Boston, down to the docks, and get fresh fish. But on the way, he'd stop in New York at the great place there, and Welch's. And then he would deliver somewhere along the way. I was little, I didn't really pay attention. But then we'd go down to the docks in Boston, and man, as a little kid, seeing those big skyscrapers, and it was just, the whole trucking thing was just awesome. And so my point is that in that time, cabovers ruled. Okay, because of the length loss, and they were just everywhere. So that's what made an impression on me. That's why I love cabovers, hence Blue Jay and Cracker Jack and Big Dog and Astrovator. So, yeah, they have a special place in my heart. And a lot of you guys said, you're a cabover guy. Why do you have a 359 and 379? Well, because they just struck me when I saw them, and that's how that goes. But anyways, you know, I love all trucks. Come on, you know, you see a truck, you're like, I love that truck. So anyways, let's get to the content. I know you're itching to go, so I decided in this episode to feature some K100 Kenworth CABOVERs. I hope you enjoy. Oh yeah, I'm a blue guy. I like blue. Who's the proud owner?
I might be.
You might be?
Might be.
You want to tell me about your truck?
88 Kenworth K100, custom built for ESPN. So
really?
It belonged to ESPN for a long time.
What did they use it for?
Satellites.
Okay.
Satellites. They hauled around to football games and NASCAR, outdoor sports.
Wow.
For broadcasting.
Now, how did you acquire it?
Farmer ended up with it, had a grain bed on it.
Okay.
I bought it, took the grain bed off, put a fifth wheel back on it.
Nice. And
So,
with this length, he had the
Yep.
grain bin? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, 18 foot is what he had on there.
Man, this thing's gorgeous. I bet you guys didn't know that this year, 2023, is Kenworth's 100th anniversary. And if you guys been paying attention, I've been telling you, you need to join the ATHS, that's the Antique Truck Historical Society, because their magazine is killer. That's what drew me to those guys many years ago when I saw their magazine. So anyways, the reason why I bring it up is they've done a fine job at highlighting Kenworth's 100th anniversary in at least 2 issues. They started here in the March-April 2023 edition, and this is a very in-depth article in 2 parts by Tony Martin. Kenworth back then. So what I was going to do was just highlight a few things for you here in the magazine, and if you like what you see, you can subscribe to the ATHS, or if you already are a subscriber, then you've already seen this. But this is in depth. I learned a lot in this series. I'll call it a series since it spanned 2 issues, which is like 4 months. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. A lot of great information and documents that he shared in there. Look at that. There's a nice K100 too. That's probably in Michigan. One of them truck trains. Oh yeah. Telway Truck Sales Michigan ordered this K124 to handle heavy loads. Excellent. I think you guys will love it. I mean, this magazine is top notch. There's paint schemes. So that was the first article, and I'm just going to share some high points with you here. 100th anniversary, of course. In 73 was their 50th anniversary. 72 was a record-breaking year for the Kenworth sales department. More than 8,000 cabovers and 7,000 conventional trucks were sold. More than 100 dealers across the United States helped expose them. So, as I was saying, cabovers ruled. They sold more cabovers right there by those numbers. 1,000 more cabovers than they did the conventionals in 72. And so, of course, they had a special brochure that chronicled their history. And the logos were changed. So, helping to commemorate the special occasion, the long-established recognized bug emblem with 4 raised bars and script-style slanted font was refreshed. The new logo featured block letters and only 3 bars. The Kenworth name logo, as used on the sides of the hood or the cab, also received a fresh block-style font and a solid black trim bar underneath to make it pop. So yeah, new design grille and side emblems were gold-plated on trucks built during the 73 calendar year. Yep. Fresh line of color ads. The truck themselves received interior refinements, indicator lights, controls, things like that, you know. The fuel tanks received a new recessed filler neck thanks to a federal requirement to make the tanks less dangerous in the event of accidents. So on and on it goes. I mean, it's a great article and there's a lot of great information. So yeah, there's a lot of information. Oh, let me show you the second edition of that. Would have been in the July-August issue. And let's see where we're going here. Man. Just this, you guys got to get this magazine. And I think that they sell these at some Tractor Supplies. At least they used to. So you might want to check there too. If you're not a subscriber and you still are interested. Okay, I'm just trying to pull up the article here. Look at that. Yeah. Oh man. I love old school. I just do. That's when trucks were trucks. The stuff we got on the highways today, just a whole different scenario. Look at that. Yeah. What a killer article. So yeah, a truck is born. A look at building a new Kenworth truck in '73. So there we go. Okay, that's going to be a wrap for this episode, but before we go, I got to show you a couple shows. And you guys know I've been talking about the Tri-Vista Cerny Motors show coming up in Youngstown next weekend. We got 1 week. I got to get Blue Jay finished, all the little things I'm doing on him to get him pimped to go. And it's possible, there might be a surprise by next weekend. And I think you guys are going to want to tune in because it could be a lot of news next time around. So make sure you make plans if you're local. Youngstown, Tri-Vista Cerny Motors show. It'll be killer. They've had it many years. There's always great old school trucks at that show. And of course, I'll be there. And come on out and let me meet you. And another one that I just got a flyer for, and I apologize if you guys send me flyers and I somehow don't get it on the channel. I apologize now. I try to do the best job I can here, but between emails, phone calls, you know, pictures and just everything and life, I forget things sometimes. So please forgive me, but I'll try my best. So here's one that I got also next weekend for you guys in West Virginia. This is August 19th, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Got the flyer right here for you, dash plaques for the first 150 trucks. This is put on by the ATHS Country Roads of West Virginia chapter, Mount Nebo, West Virginia. So check that out. There's some phone numbers at the bottom there. Carrie Smith or Bob Davis. My dad's name was Bob Davis. Wow, that's wild. So that's going to be a good show too. ATHS. Ring, ring, ring. All right. So until next time, keep the hammer down, safe and sound.
Oh,